As if today couldn't get any more chaotic, right? They started off pretty good, right? I did my reaction stream to Zahir Mathis picking the Buckeyes. And then, things happened. Coaches got fired, or a coach got fired. We hired a coach. Had some other things go down too, which I'll get into in a minute. The biggest news of the night happened about an hour ago. Nick Saban, longtime coach of the Alabama Crimson Tide, legend. He won what, 7 national championships? Mostly with Alabama, right? He was essentially the GOAT of college coaching. And yeah, news dropped like a bomb, right? I know it says 5:06 p.m. Crazy Dog, why didn't you go live then and there? Because I wanted to see if anything happened afterwards, right? I gave it about an hour and a half or whatever and thought, okay, well, nothing's really happened. And I figured I'd go live a little bit, talk about it, right? So, you see the bottom part here. What does this mean for OSU? Well, be prepared for the Buckeyes to go out and reconnect with some old friends. Guys that we talked to on the recruiting trail that we were beat out for when it comes to Alabama. That being Caleb Downs and Keon Keeley, mostly. Those two guys were high on the Ohio State wish list. In fact, I think we finished second for both of them, and they both went to Alabama. Do not be shocked if Ohio State reconnects with those two to see if they'd be interested in coming to play here. Now, what's really interesting about Nick Saban retiring is, if you remember, barely 3 weeks ago, early signing day, that whole debacle, right? Edric Houston. Word on the street was Alabama was telling Edric that, oh, Larry Johnson's thinking about retiring. You sure you want to go there? Well, looking back, I'm sure Edric is patting himself on the back, and Ryan Day is probably thinking, damn, thank God we did what we did. Because he would have been in the portal most likely. Yeah. Well, he probably would have just went elsewhere, because you can do that. You can get out of your NIL deal, I guess, there and hop, and flip. We'll see if we do that with anybody. I don't really expect it, but you never know. But I'm just glad that we got Edric Houston here and he doesn't have to worry about going through that whole thing. Now, like I said, the main two names that we're probably going to be going after in the portal, if they enter, because for all we know, they might not enter. Caleb Downs, safety out of Mill Creek. He is arguably one of the top safeties in the nation. Yep. And then, like I said, Keon Keeley, who was another top Ohio State target who we really, really wanted. But of course, Alabama snatched him away. Yeah. And are there any other names that we could keep an eye on? Well, depending on what happens with Trevion Henderson, do not be surprised if we maybe call up on Justice Haynes. I mean, we already got Judkins, so I don't know if we'd even go after a running back. But if they wanted a two-headed monster, if Trevion leaves, Justice Haynes, Quinshawn Judkins, damn. That'd be weird, but yeah, going from rivals to teammates in about a year. Now, I don't think that'll happen. I'm just out here fantasizing again. If you know me, you know I love to fantasize about things. It's just the way I am, right? But yeah, Nick Saban retiring. changes everything. And it's going to create a massive ripple effect in college football. Because think about this, okay? So Saban retires. Now, players that are currently at Alabama are gonna most likely try and go elsewhere. But then you gotta think the team that loses their coach to who goes to Alabama. Let's say Dan Lanning, okay? Let's say Dan Lanning goes to Alabama. That's a name that's come up a lot. What do you do if you're Jeremiah McClellan? Hmm? Or Mateo? Hmm? What do you do? Right? Especially Jeremiah. He was a Buckeye until Oregon came calling up, right? Although technically, I think Jeremiah literally talked to some friends from the area talking about, Ohio State. And I think it was Jamison Williams, the salty ass, told him, yeah, don't go there. Don't go there. I don't know why Jamison Williams is so salty about us. You know? I don't know why. Is it because the dude he knew he wouldn't play with Olave, Wilson, and JSN there? Is that what it is? Most likely that's what it was. Yeah. But man, if Dan Lanning goes to Alabama, keep an eye on Jeremiah McClellan possibly crawling back to Ohio State. Because, again, he should have been a Buckeye, but Oregon snatched him up. And then Mateo, too. But it's getting a little too far ahead. So, yeah, we'll see what happens in their coaching search, and then we'll see what ripple effects it has. We've already seen one kid enter, not the portal, but decommit. That's Ryan Williams, the receiver who actually reclassified to this upcoming class, the 2024 class, and he decommitted, so we'll see where he ends up. But like King Neptune in the chat says, watch out for Caleb Downs. Yeah, he's probably target numero uno for the Buckeyes because, again, we pretty much had him and then he went to Bama. We all thought he was going to be a Buckeye and then out of nowhere he goes to Bama. So that'll be fun. Now, another little bit of news came out a little earlier today as I didn't really make a slide or anything for it, but the Buckeyes fired Parker Fleming. It's goddamn time. They fired Parker Fleming, and then they hired Matt Guerrieri, who was already on the Buckeyes a few years ago before he went to Indiana to be their defensive coordinator. Well, now he's back, and he's going to be coaching the safeties. He's going to be filling the spot that was vacated by the departure of Perry Eliano. So that's cool. Good stuff there. Good stuff. Love to see that. Hopefully, Matty G can recruit. That's the number one thing, right? That is the number one thing. Okay, make sure I got everything loaded up. Okay. Make sure I'm not missing anything. I don't think I am. Right? Okay, just want to make sure I had everything. Okay, there it is. All right. Okay. Wanted to make sure I had everything lined up. Let Brian Hartline do his thing. Except, oh, Neptune. That would be insane if we went after Ryan Williams. But hey, never, ever, ever doubt Brian Hartline. Never. Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see. A lot of people are talking about Auburn for him. What the heck? Getting stabbed by something on my chair. Oh well. Look at that. All right, sorry about that. Thought I was sitting on something on my chair, but no, there was nothing there. No, well. But now, let's talk about something else that makes us happy, right? So, earlier today, we got some very, very good news. As 3 Ohio State Buckeyes officially announced that they're running it back. Yeah, I love to hear that, right? I love to hear that. And there's also the list of players who have essentially said they're returning. And of course, we're still waiting. Yeah, we're still waiting on news of three more players: Travion Henderson, Emeka Egbuka, and JT Tuimoloau. If you're wondering where MHJ is, where's Marv? Yeah, he ain't coming back. Yeah, this up here. There we go. Okay. But yeah, three Buckeyes have announced that they're coming back for 2024. Of course, Denzel Burke. That was one of my favorites. Donovan Jackson. That one's been rumored for a while, but he made it official. And then Jordan Hancock. So, looking at the Buckeyes roster right now, okay, I talked about it a little bit earlier. We're not losing anybody, really. Not losing really anybody besides Michael Hall, Tommy Eichenberg, and Steele Chambers. And they're leaving because they're out of eligibility. So, yeah, pretty much most of, in terms of the starters, the entire starting 11 coming back besides Michael Hall. Ain't no worries because we're going to be able to fill his role with a guy like Ty Hamilton or Hero Canoe, or maybe even Curry. Right, how about Caden McDonald or Tyrone Malone? Maybe we go out in the portal, huh? You never know. You never know. I was going to say, the recruiting class, but we only recruited two guys, and they're both defensive ends. So, yeah, the defense is like 95% intact, besides Steele and Tommy. And we'll see about JT, too. Yeah, I don't want to jump the gun because JT might be coming back, but we haven't heard anything from him yet. Man, we might have a defense fully intact next year, besides the guys I just mentioned. Now, if I had to give my ultimate guess on Travion, Emeka, and JT, I think Travion comes back. Yeah, Travion comes back. Emeka comes back. JT, sorry to say, but I think he's going pro. Yeah, I think he goes pro. That's what that's what the writers have heard too. They think he's probably going to go pro. I think he wants a lot of NIL money, and the Buckeyes just can't really give it to him like that. So we'll see what happens. And yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm glad to have these guys coming back. But now, before I head out, I'm actually going to check and see if anything has happened since the stream started. Because God forbid I miss anything, right? I don't want to miss anything. God forbid. I'll be really pissed if I end this stream and I find out, someone big hit the portal. That's all I'd need, right? End the stream and then find out like someone big hit the portal. Oh man, I'd have to like jump back on real quick. I don't see anything happening right now. It'll probably take a couple days to really see stuff happen. Yeah, I don't see nothing right now. So yeah, I think it's safe to end the stream. Okay. So I'm gonna head out and we'll see if things pop off over the next couple of days. If I hear something, I'm gonna make a video on it. Definitely. In fact, let me check on 3 to make sure, see if they've changed anything. Maybe added some predictions or other stuff. Nothing. Okay. Nothing yet. But that, of course, will change over the next couple days. By the way, for anyone who's curious, what does this, mean for the portal? I believe Alabama players now have 30 days to transfer out. So they essentially have their own window. Yeah. So we'll see how much movement happens, if any movement at all, which I'm sure there will be movement. It's just a matter of who. Yeah, if I hear anything, I will definitely have videos out for that. But that's going to wrap it up for this very special live stream. I was going to do this in a video, but I figured, you know what? I'm going to do this live. Yeah, I'm going to do it live. Well, live. So I will see you all in my next video or live stream, which I don't know when that'll happen. I guess next time something big happens, I'll do a video, but yeah. If I hear anything cool about, possible transfers or anything else, I will make a video. So be on the lookout for that. As always, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell. And fun fact, I was actually getting ready to do a video on the main channel. And then the news of SABAN retiring came out. So I had to get this done. So, yeah. I'll see you guys later. Go Buckeyes. I'm Crazy Dog coming at you as always on the Buck and Crazy YouTube channel. Let's go Bucks. OH. I'm out. Bye-bye.